we look at the past, Sag, only for like a reference. That's what I'm trying to say here, Sag. We only look at it for referencing. And that's pretty much all that we would use the past for, Sag. And okay, yeah. Sag, yeah, you made some mistakes in the past, and you may not be exactly where you want to be at this point in time, but what does any of that have to do with your future, Sag? Sagittarius, my archer. Here's your reading, Sag, for December 2019. Before we get started here, Sag, and just as a reminder, go ahead and apply the messages that resonate with you. Go and apply them, Sag, to where they fit, how they fit, and to whom they fit within your life at this time. Also, too, Sag, never force anything regarding the messages, and the messages that do resonate with you, Sag, they can apply to many different areas of your life, all at the same time. With that being said, Sag, also too, like the energies can kind of flip flop or switch upon any given instance. So just apply it as best as you can to the corresponding individual, person, place, or thing that it belongs to, Sag. Okay. Alrighty, Sag. As I was tuning into your energy for this month, a lot came through for you, Sag. All of a sudden, it was very interesting. What popped into my head was the proof is not in the pudding. The proof is in the solution. That's what came through. It was very interesting. Also, too, the song by Booker T and the MGs. It's called Green Onions. It's a song in the movie The Sandlot. That movie also popped into my head, too, as I was tuning in to your energy, Sag. And it's very interesting, I feel, especially the scene where, the two rival teams meet and they're like going back and forth, and then the famous scene where can't remember his name, but he tells the other team, the leader, I guess, he says, you play ball like a girl, and they're going back and forth. So maybe, Sag, like you experienced something like that during this time, like a kind of an argument or something to that effect, or some like contention going back and forth with someone. Also, to the song by Halsey, Without Me. I'm gonna go and put it here for you. That song came through. Also, too, Sag, the line here that came through was myriad of minuscule emotions. So, what I got from that, Sag, and the feeling that was coming through was like maybe during this time, Sag, you're just feeling like a mixture of emotions all at the same time, like very Pisces-like, just very much just like 1 minute you're up, then 1 minute you're down, and then you're in between, and then you're here, and you're left, and then you're right, and then you're up, down, north, south, east, west. Like your emotions are all over the place. I feel it's kind of hard to like find a middle ground, I feel, with your emotional stability during this time. Also, like you may feel also too, Sag, like the future is bleak. You may feel like that. That's what came through as well. Also, too, a little bit of astrological information here. Sag, Mercury entered or ingressed into Sagittarius December 9th. So I felt like that was very important to bring up as well for you. Okay, Sag, let's hop into your reading here. Okay, let's see. All right, Sag, there's a situation, Sag, that has transpired for you where it's like, I feel like it's kind of hearing like it's been put off for far too long, or what you didn't want to happen in a sense, or you were trying to, I'm going to use air quotes, avoid, kind of happened, I feel here. But this is a change that like is a long time coming, I feel here. Sag, and I feel like you now are kind of at this point where it's like I just heard your suspicions were correct all along. Very interesting. I just feel here, Sag, like your emotions and just your like well-being has really been affected by this. A lot has been affected by this situation, Sag, and really, like, I feel like you have identified the problem or the issue here. But it's like you didn't want to look at it. You don't really want to look at it. It's a very emotional thing for you. But I feel like the situation or the issue or the problem is looking at you now. Very interesting, Sag. But it's not that it's denial, Sag. That's not really what I'm getting. I just want to throw that out there, but it's just more of like just something that is very like emotionally close to home in terms of like who you are or how you operate or maybe like the morals or values that you carry. It's really has affected that area of your life as well. So it's like almost like I just got it's almost like losing a limb. Very interesting, Sag. And also too, just like I just am really getting here that Sag that moving forward, you know, it's you feel like it's very bleak, Sag. Also, it's very interesting here because you got the Two of Pentacles reversed here regarding like moving forward or what to expect this month. Also with the Three of Swords reversed as well. So I just kind of want to speak on the Two of Pentacles reversed here. This card right here for you, Sag. Um, the Two of Pentacles is Jupiter and Capricorn, which is very interesting as well because Jupiter really just ingressed into Capricorn. So I feel, Sag, that you may feel, because it was recently, Jupiter was in Sagittarius, so you may feel like your good luck streak may have kind of like ran out, or you may feel sort of like that, like luck is not on your side. But what I'm trying to say here is, given the fact that the Two of Pentacles is Jupiter and Capricorn, it's I find it very interesting, like the astrological synchronicities that are kind of going on with your reading here, and just for what's going on up there in the cosmos. Also, too, Sag, the Two of Pentacles is it usually is represented by like the Roman god Janus, which is very interesting because usually, statues of Janus, it's two faces, or two heads, two faces, you could say, one looking forward and then the other one looking back. So they're looking in opposite directions. So the Two of Pentacles, can represent like looking like, both backward and forward. Backward being, Saturn, aka Capricorn. Also to like looking forward, which is like Jupiter in Sagittarius as well, or just Jupiter in general, which Jupiter is the ruler, of Sagittarius. I kind of went all over the world with that there, but what I'm trying to say here, Sag, is that I just find it's very Jupiter being in Capricorn right now and going to be there for the next year. I feel like it's you can use this time, Sag, to really look at your life and look at your situations, look at your relationships, and really kind of, I just heard, like, implement everything that you have learned and everything that you are about to learn. Very interesting. Into this healing, into really moving forward, into really rebalancing your life and looking at situations from a very optimistic point of view, and looking at situations where it's like it may seem sad that things may go wrong, and I don't even like to say the word wrong too much because there's no right, there's no wrong, there's perspective at the end of the day, Sag, and we are always on the right path, Sag, even though sometimes it may seem or look like the total opposite is happening. But, Sag, you are always on the right path. And it may not seem like that right now, but you really are. And I feel, Sag, that there's almost like a feeling here regarding moving forward. There's a feeling here of not really wanting to feel the pain, not wanting to feel the emotion. Now, who the hell wants to feel pain? But it's like a big letdown, I feel, moving forward. And I hate to kind of say that regarding moving forward here, but the Three of Swords here as well, Sag. This is Saturn and Libra, which is very interesting too. There's a lot of Saturn here. There's a lot of like, I just got lessons on lessons on lessons, whatever that may mean for you. But it's just really, Sag, it's recognizing that sometimes things must, fall apart in order for you to rebuild. Sometimes things have to go wrong in order for them to go right. you know. That's also too, like, just to mention this too, Janus, the Roman god here, with regarding Jupiter and Capricorn. Janus. Interesting, I can't pronounce that. Janus. Also too, Sagitt. He represents gates and doorways and like time and endings as well, which is very Capricornian, very Saturnish as well. So I just feel, Sag, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. It just may seem like there's not, because you may feel like you're very far away from that light. But Sag, it's very important to look at situations with a neutral mindset and to really approach them as optimistic as you can. Now, when things happen, Sag, you know what I mean? Feel the emotion, cry it out, get mad, stomp it out. You know what I mean? Let that emotion go. Absolutely. But it's important to know that it's time for you to work with yourself now. I feel, Sag, because sometimes, Sag, when we're in like relationships or partnerships or whatever the case may be regarding another person, sometimes as humans we can tend to focus too much on the other person sometimes, and then in turn or subconsciously we fail to work on ourselves. And every relationship, every interaction, every friendship is always a reflection of something within ourselves, that we may need to work on regarding how everything kind of transpires. Very interesting reading here, Sag. Let's see, kind of want to pop out a couple cards here for you, but it's kind of what I'm getting for you here initially. Let's see. Yeah, the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, it's you may feel like you want to kind of rush in a little bit at times, because like what I said at the beginning here, Sag, like regarding like emotions are very kind of like a tidal wave in a sense. That you're in and out, and you're not really sure what you want to do. You kind of feel stuck, but it's very important to look forward, but also to, Sag, like I just got, Sag, never forget where you come from. Very interesting. And the Knight of Cups reversed here, yeah. I'm just feeling your, Sag, like just be very mindful of not allowing your emotions in a sense, Sag, to kind of get the best of you in terms of making rash decisions. And that's why it's very important, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, to look at situations with the neutral mindset, where we remove our ego from the situation, and then we're able to see clearly what is truly really going on, Interesting here. Let's see. Pop out a little bit more here for you. And Sag moving forward. Okay, these two want to come out here. So we have, the Six of Wands. And here you are, Temperance reversed. Yeah, Sag, just gonna be really important for you regarding moving forward. It's like reconditioning or reprogramming your belief system regarding who you are and where you're headed and where you have come from. Okay. My guidance also wants me to speak a little bit about this, Sag, for you. Sag, the past should always be, looked at for, in a sense where it's like we look where we kind of come from. The past should always be used, Sag, for kind of reminders in a sense, right? But not so much where we look at the past and we like, let's say, something went wrong or you were in the wrong, you don't want to like look at the past in terms of like to reestablish wounds and to reestablish like any like failures that you may have experienced, you know what I mean? To like reopen those wounds. We look at the past, Sag, only for like a reference. That's what I'm trying to say here, Sag. We only look at it for referencing. And that's pretty much all that we would use the past for, Sag. And okay, yeah. Sag, yeah, you made some mistakes in the past. And you may not be exactly where you want to be at this point in time, but what does any of that have to do with your future, Sag? Very interesting reading here, Sagittarius. All right, a little special I have going on here for you. From my favorite book here, Stand Like Mountain, Flow Like Water, by Brian Luke Seward. At random, I went and picked out 17 quotes from the book here. I kind of did one of these things, and just wherever I landed, wherever my eyes landed, got put into this little pile here. So we're going to go ahead and mix it up here and see what comes out for you. Sagittarius, December 2019. Okay, one popped out. Let's see what it says here. There we go. Should look at it here, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. Okay. Interesting. If you have an ego, you have a shadow. No exceptions. The elements of shadow manifest themselves as prejudice, greed, laziness, or rudeness. These are rooted in the human emotion of fear. Those people who seem to be at peace with various aspects of their shadow are the ones who have taken the time to confront specific fears. In doing so, they have brought light to that side of darkness, or in other words, the shadow has been embraced. Very interesting, Sag, talking as we spoke a little bit earlier about the ego and about kind of looking at things with a neutral mindset. And the shadow is very interesting, Sag, because, you also have here the devil card and the moon card reversed. The moon card reversed can signify a lot about looking at the shadow, looking at things where it's like, Sag, it's like things can look one way or things can look a certain way. But when we really take that step back and we look at it with the neutral mindset and with removing our ego from the situation, wanting to see it how we want to see it, when we remove that part from our approach and our viewpoint, we're able then to see clearly exactly what is really going on in the truth and reality of this situation at hand. All right, Sag, that completes your reading here for December 2019. Go to visit intuitiveperceptions.com for all your booking and services needs. And you can also contact me on Facebook Messenger. I'm always active on Facebook Messenger for you guys. Also, too, all those links and all that good stuff can be found in the description box below. All right, Sag, we'll see you next month. And as always, God bless, Sag, and love and light.